Nice. Oh wait, no, we need a... no, I don't know. Who starred? I'm not sure. Zach wasn't the starred name, was it? I should make a new page there somewhere. Where am I going? What am I looking for? Merker Jr. and Chim. What do we know about Chim? Chim was the music guy, right? And since he's starred, no, but which generation is Chim a part of? Wait. No, this is the other guy. Merker Jr. is the evangelist. And great grandson. So this generation, the free spirits, that's the musicians, right? Yeah, that makes sense. So it's gotta be him, because no one else is starred other than Carl, and we know that Carl is Carl. That's fine. And then this is... Man. Merker Jr. over there. And then presumably this would have to be Merker. If there's Merker Jr. and Merker the third is probably here. But can we lock in anything? Well, we don't have a picture though. What's his fraudster? What's his occupation? Preacher? Maybe. Okay, and then Carl. Wait, we have info on Carl somewhere, right? Or was it? No, what was it? Did I not? Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. Uncle Junior though, something's wrong there. Anyway, Carl Popforth Clancy. Carl is Clancy's son. That would make sense if that's Clancy Jr. and that the older one, the Pop, is Clancy Edwards, maybe? Let's go look that up. The Clanst, pronounced Clan, said Trust is a highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elias's son and the Roottree Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussions about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. Okay, so Clancy Edward Roottree, head lawyer. Son. Yes. As an oddity, the company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative at birth and first accessible when they reach 18. The actual numbers have never fully been disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, this is a significant amount of money. The Clanst Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around to the many checks and balances written into it. Still, there have been a few situations in which family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague since the matters are handled internally. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecturer talk about the Roottrees versus RR in 1994. By looking into the Clanst Trust, you often find mentions of the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. The 5-piece guarantee is in combination with the Clanst Trust was Elias Roottree's attempt to ensure that the Roottree Candy Company would remain a family business for eternity. In isolation, it is somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of Rootree's president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's closer to $4. Combined with the Clanst Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have a vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was a smart, successful decision is widely debated, both online and in person, by economics enthusiasts of all levels of expertise. Alright, interesting. Pink Taverns arrived home, settling in, long drive, great game to listen to. Yeah, there's a lot of, listenable stuff here for sure. Now you can watch Joe. Nice. Yeah, welcome home. For sure. Holidays with kids are never relaxing. Now that you're home, you can relax. I hope you found like some time to relax at least. But yeah, anyway. Painted some nails. Might get some dinner soon. Nice. I could eat. I could eat. So much stuff. Crazy. Give me Clancy. Roottree. Isn't this his name? Clancy Jr. Doesn't exist online. I guess he's not noteworthy enough. That's a shame. And we don't know who, like, any of these are really, right? Like, we have the picture of the 5 pieces, but I don't know who's who. I think we can get rid of this and this. Keep that. I don't think this is very relevant anymore. Yeah, Lauren Rafferty. Can't see. Clark. 1 child. Yeah, that's all that we have that are locked in, right? Clark, Jacob, Roottree, Lauren. Yes, yes, yes. Granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side, yes. Mother's family was called the Cossels. Sarah, sure. Head lawyer, yes. Can't trust, yes. For younger brothers, yes. One of them is Cancy. Firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Angie's older than Zach. So I think that then that has to be the firstborn 5-piece, oldest son, but Angie is older, so this is Angie. And this is Zach. And he was the president, the second one. And since his name is Morden, that means that you have to be a Morden too. A male Morden. And James is the only one left. And then the oldest, and this is Angie, is Angelica probably then. And then you have to be a female 5-piece. How many of those are there? Two, you and you. But do I know any of your names? The poster's in front of the camera of Mr. Morden. Gwendolyn, okay. That's what we needed. So you are Gwendolyn. Roottree. Or Morden. How does it work? Do I put in the... Which name do I put in? Like, she was a Roottree at birth, but then she became a Morden? Probably? But it's like the birth name we put in for the spouses, yeah. And since it said like that Gwyn was the first one not to be a housewife, that means that you were also a housewife. And then you're one of these. I don't know which one. How do I know? Can I know? Okay, that's okay. We can fill in this guy. Actually, wait. I forgot we had that information. There we go. That gives us 3 more. Very nice. Cancy Edward, the lawyer, James the musician, and Lauren the author. So many people are locked in. Booyah. Sweet.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Oh, I need to click.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottree reunion.
Oh, nice.
I also found some important-looking papers.
Important looking in what way? What was that? I need to look at that.
You've
for sure.
traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Your timing is impeccable. How do you know that, like, on my little board there, I had like 6 more done? It's crazy. Anyway. The notorious Montchoice, Eunice, Pip Gittens, Mia Fothergill, Nigel Bunyan, Valerie Montchoy, Dermot Montchoy, Anne Bunyan, Rodney Bunyan, Pip Montchoy, Royston Montchoy, Niels Montchoy, Bubbers Montchoy. Are those like is this like my family tree? Am I a Montchoy? Riot Girl. That's a nice looking poster though. I like that. Mystery Comics number 32, 15 cents. Tales of Suspense. I need like a hat and like a trench coat if you want to play more detective games. How do I get like away from this? Escape, okay. Okay, and then the stuff is actually, so this is like on my desk. This is my computer. Nice. Oh, we can change the station too? I don't want to. My password is password with an @ and an exclamation mark. I have a Rubik's Cube, a Game Boy, some dice. What am I reading? Alphabet Davis, Secret Searcher.
Yes, costumes for Clover.
Thank you for the 37 months, Pink Temperance. Maybe we should look into that. Reverses by Alphabet Davis. Family Doku. Alphabet Davis, Ends and Beginnings. A young Alphabet adventure. Beard. Alphabet Davis in The Erased Names of the Genesis. Weird books, weird books. I can't like take any of them. What time is it? Can I sit? I can't sit anywhere. It's a big issue. A big issue for sure. Alright, made good progress though. Got some nice yellow stuff already. Locked in stuff. And there's more information to it that I didn't like put in highlights that I should have. Oh, I regret that already. This is what I wanted to look at mostly. Shiva candle. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, "To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identically to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie." So Ernie died. This is Debbie writing a letter. Nicole is the daughter, maybe? Probably. And she's thanking Carl and Brenda. Carl carried on for him after taking over. But then how, I don't know, it's confusing. I don't know what to highlight here actually. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's a teenager in the middle. This guy? Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. Looks fine. On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. So many pictures. Oh man. So we're saying this is Carl, the teenager in the middle. Like that's the only teenager in the middle. This is not a teenager. Nor is this. And this is not Carl, this is not Carl, this is not Carl. I'm guessing that's right. I don't know if CEO is right then. It's probably like President 5th, actually. Anyway. And then Ernie was president before him, if he took over from Ernie. And that might be on this side somewhere. Because it was second, and then it might have gone to like a son. Anyway. The one in the green dress looks pregnant. Let's have a look. Yes. That is true. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how helpful that is. By the way, she's standing. Yeah, it's true. Not the most flattering pose for those not expecting a child. Yeah. I don't know. If he just had too much food over the holidays, he wouldn't pose like that. That's true. And then we have the rainbow tie again. And then this guy is Eli, because it says Eli on his shirt. That's useful. Can I like... I can't like tie this to his name though. And we don't have Eli on the... Yeah, on the tree yet, so we can put it there. And then the rainbow tie was... In which picture before? In this one, the... sunglasses guy. So presumably, I mean that's like, you know, it's a bit of a jump, admittedly. But if this is the next generation, then this is, I don't know, actually this might be... This might also be Eli. That would make some sense, because she says that Eli looked like Pop did in the old one. And Pop in the old one is like this blonde guy. Like a light suit. So that's the guy that looks like Pop, right? So that's Eli, probably. It was also one of the brothers. Probably. I think it's fair Miracle made it in, since it's technically a 5-piece. So is this Miracle? And then the other one is Miracle Jr.? It could be. Does he look like a televangelist, preacher, fraudster? Kinda. Yes, right? Like the white coat thing and like the three-piece suit. I don't know. Out of all of these, he's the one, right? Anyway. I mean, we don't know that though. We probably shouldn't guess based on appearance. Not yet, anyway. If we get stuck, we can do that still. Vote for Stephanie Jones for City Council. Better for Butler County. Or she looks pregnant. This is buried on a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It is a flyer about the candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, love is our future. The handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation, CM. So that's probably like the Morton wing, the Morton side of the family. And then Stephanie is in the same generation as the daughters of Carl, which are the Roottree sisters. So I would guess that's somewhere over here, but I don't know which one. Because none of them have like a kid here. When is the kid due? Around Christmas. But when is this? Does this have a date on it? It doesn't. Because if this is now, then the kid... No, but it's January. Like, I mean, it could be late. Christmas in early January is still like plausible. Because there's no one with like a kid in this generation. Other than... whatever this mess is. But these are Rafferty's. There wouldn't be CM. And I guess also technically it doesn't say... that CM is like directly related to Stephanie. It's just advocating. CM is advocating for Stephanie. It's plausible that it's like a child, but I don't know that for a fact. Alright. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photo is, couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Quinn and the boys. Okay. So we have another Quinn picture that we can add to Quinn over here. And then the boys are these two, but I don't know obviously which one is which one. Nice. Oh, we have new... okay. After some time, they returned with new resources. A photo of Carl's generation taken in the mid to late 1970s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. They then said they had a bit more to share after 9 more blood relatives. Which is just weird, but okay. Alright, so who could we like spy to search here? None of these are like noteworthy Rootrees anymore though, other than Roottree Merker Jr. But we already spider searched them, right? American Network, we should look for that. Okay, you find the website for the Miracle Network, a production company run by the Miracle Roottree estate. It's quite bare bones, but has the following blurb. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Roottree. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life, the doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. Okay, so that's the really young... We can assign this picture then. Of a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 years later, Miracle Roottree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. By the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. Okay. He has since left the life of glamour and glitz behind. Yeah, the life of glamour and glitz in New England. To reach those places that need it most. The power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Below the purpose of fire about the tour, which is in your evidence. Nice. So Miracle is the youngest. He's the eye patch kid. And he was already also a preacher, right? I think it's that. Oh, and then yeah, there he is in all his glory. Witness the power of the Lord in the Summer 96 3 Generations of Miracles tour, featuring testimony from world famous Miracle Jr. and a special appearance from Miracle Roottree in his 68th year on God's earth. Children now welcome. Celebrate with your pastor Miracle III and his wife Nicole. Sure. The names listed are Miracle Jr. is said to be world famous. Get stop building Miracle Jr.'s on the notable Rootrees list in your evidence. Yes. Miracle Roottree make a special appearance. Miracle III and his wife Nicole. I didn't take the picture. Miracle III and his wife. I don't know, Smith or Madsen. We don't know, but he's also a preacher. I didn't take the picture. Which one do we use? Let's use this one. The Adventures with a legal name Miracle is too funny. It is. It's very good. Nice. Carl, 5th president. Miracle the preacher. Miracle Jr. the preacher. Very nice. And Miracle the third. It's this guy, right? Wait, no, was it? No, it's the other one. Oh, it's this one. I'm confused. Yeah, it's this one. Nice. And we have another picture for you. This one. And then you, I think. Maybe. Should have put that in first. Could have solved it with the last batch of 3. Anyway, it's too late. Split up. Why is it like this? Frame around this. Not sure. Alright, what else do we have? Where do we go? Is there anything else we could look at? Clergy Watch. No, that's just this. I want to know exactly what he did. Oh, his wife Edith's sister. That we can also put in now. Edith Jacobson, sure. Yeah, okay, that's that. And we're not gonna find anything about Edith, right? No, it's just the same again. Is it just Miracle Third? Nothing there, okay. What else could we look for? Margot is something we have. Wait. And Margot is... Oh, but I don't know. But you're a Roottree. So this is probably Margot. Oh, but you're a Roottree. That's confusing. Let's go unknown name again. Did you just take the name? Did we know that? Do we know that about Gwen, that she took the name? Or was it the one... Wait, there was one who took the... When do we have that? Now let's look for her again. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name. Yes. Okay, so this is the blood relative, Margot Roottree, who was probably a housewife, since it said that everyone before Gwen was a housewife, every woman. And then, but okay, we don't know. Gwendolyn, Clancy Edward, Margolite, Miracle. Do we have the last name? There's also a history of print advertising website that claims to have 5-piece advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Okay. We'll look for that. For marketing materials and various candy history sites, you learned 5 pieces of the iconic candy soap by Roottree Candy Company. Although they are no longer the company's only popular product, they still sell well to this day. 5 pieces of small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies that since the late 20s have been pressed into the shape of a maple leaf, although they usually have one flavor that looks more like a berry. As tastes have changed over the years of the 5 flavors, but the shape and combination of the maple have remained consistent. Okay. Oh, come on. No! Okay, I can undo. Okay, published in '85, a hardcover history advertising non-fiction book. This is part of a book series about all things candy in the modern world. Starts in 1925 and continues onward to chronicle the rise of mass production and global distribution. The book ends with a look into the future of candy as envisioned by experts in 1985. With the addition of hindsight, you can clearly see they got pretty much everything wrong. It includes some print advertisements you find in a newspaper ad for 5 pieces from the 1930s. Show me that. It's a miracle. A modern candy for a modern society. Roottrees 5 pieces contain 5 different maple-infused flavors. The Roottrees are a proud family business and our flavors are inspired by our children. G is for grape, E is for elderberry, CE is for cinnamon extract. M is for melon. Those are the kids, right? Grape, elderberry, cinnamon extract, melon. And introducing M for Miracle Berry. Miracle Berry is a burst of beautiful blossoming blended berries. Try today. Lots of alliteration there, I like it. Okay, but then we have initials, right? Clancy Edwards, Miracle. Oh, well, this is Miracle. This is Margot, Guise Gwendolyn, and E is Elderberry, but we don't know. We don't know who that is still. I don't think I've read the name anywhere. Yeah, Clancy Edwards, Margot Light, Miracle Jr. Oh no, Miracle, just Miracle Jr. So this is a name that starts with E. Edward or Elias Jr. It could obviously be Elias Jr. And it would be the firstborn son, right? Because this is Gwendolyn. So that would make a lot of sense if this is Elias Jr. Maybe. Not, I mean, but like, it would just make sense. I guess it's not like proof, but like it feels right. Your shared brain still can follow that logic. Yeah, just make, like, we know it's the name starts with E, and it's the firstborn son of Elias. So why wouldn't he be Elias Jr., right? I mean, it could be Elias, some middle name, but let's not worry about that. I've crossed over these off. But there's still 6 things here. That's kind of crazy. I guess it can lead to, some of them can lead to more evidence still or something. So this is like the most intuition. We have 15 on this. Carl Clancy's son. We don't know that already. My brothers seem to pursue paths of knowledge. The most rebellious thing, and yes. Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. So there's an Edward there. So one of the brothers is Edward. But I don't know how we know which one. And he's a lawyer too, because he's taking over the department. Not sure. Swashbuckler my heart. We never looked at this. Oh, it's not Roottree though, it's the other name. Something with A and T. Rafferty. Out of print. Re-release as X marks the spot. Published in 1974. Softcover fiction romance. According to the back of the book, this is a buried treasure by Lauren Roottree and from the author of the Court series. It also says to keep an eye out for Lauren Roottree's next book, Revisiting the Diary 10 years later, releasing in 1975. Which is also already in the past. So let's look at this. Okay. Nice. Published 1975, softcover, first blots of printing. Man. Non-fiction. This was a version of Lauren Roottree's diary released in 1975. Unlike the original diary, it contains no pictures. There's many new passages that reflect on her thoughts 10 years later. One major event happened between releases that changed Lauren's outlook on certain subjects, the death of Elias. A summary of the fallout has been added to your notes, as well as some other select pages. Nice. Revisiting the diary. I got the pictures already. The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias, I keep changing how I say it, Roottree had died, and during the reading of his will there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud, Samantha Roottree. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retained the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. So Sam is actually Samantha. Interesting. Gasp. OG Elias seems pretty patriarchal and obsessed with blood. Can totally see him naming his first son after himself. Absolutely. It makes sense. That was a good find, yes. Yeah, non-fiction again, though. It's not... I wish they would give us one of the Romans books to read. The computer format brings back memories? Yes. It's like very good version of, 1990s Windows, anyway. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. Elias Eli. Okay. Harbored a secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the Roottrees. Just what? Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that, almost. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. and they finally married in their 50s. Lauren mentioned the wedding in her first article without knowing Patsy's history. That's true. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. That's such a weird way of phrasing that. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottree in the first place. Even though she was not part of the clan's trust. He wanted to include her in family affairs. That was what led to Lauren's initial entry entitled Sam. Okay. This is a page of additional notes and context from the 1975 10th anniversary release. Okay, no, we have that already. It's a companion piece to the entry about Sam. Clearly I did not know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottree. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the sister figure Gwyn never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. Where's Ernie now? And the children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It's been a long time since any real Roottree was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. This is way too many family relations in one paragraph. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. I mean, you did though. Like it's, you just didn't connect the dots. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course. Okay, Patsy has jet black hair, green eyes, thick glasses. But I guess that skips a generation. Children have that covered. Okay, and then Sam, no glasses. Sam's children have glasses again. So to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottree for as long as she was willing. The flashbacks of when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity. I don't know. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him confirmed bachelor. And I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. Okay. his roommate. The bachelor had a roommate. Sure, yes. They were just good friends. Of course, yes. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her for that life. If I were her, I might never forgive them either, but even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of them. She has no problems with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the five pieces in Elias and Gwyneth. Okay. Okay, additional notes. Clark. Reading this back, I get deja vu. As I write this addendum, Clark's gotten married again. No Roottrie has ever remarried. Sure, I lost Jacob and Gwyn. Divorced Wild Bill. Just before she had her second, not even I can blame her for that. I've seen what he gets up to in Starlet, but neither of us ever took a second husband. With the way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in his family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped more than I can say for Clancy or Edward. God. Eli C. practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers whenever he could. Eli's marriage seems fine, and Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock, pun intended. Because she's diamond. So who knows what causes these things. I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out of the band. Out on the band. Without her, he'd be the third wheel, and I imagine it wouldn't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think a marriage on such a shaky foundation like that can last, and Lord knows I was right last time. So much stuff there. The biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how many similar names there are, and I get it. There are 4 Elis for Pete's sake, but that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother, my uncle, my cousin. Okay. That's why they became Uncle Junior or Miracles Eli or Eli C. Our family's names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy, so now you see where my pop's name came from. Okay, we had that already figured out, but yes. One thing that's always been consistent in our family, though, is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. We also guessed that already. That goes for Myrtle, Eli, or even Clancy. If the women, however, it all goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn's got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline. Was Elias's mother? Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's cause there's no female equivalent of Junior. That's true, it's weird though. So if you're reading my diary and confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottree. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. Is that EC then? Maybe. I don't know, it's very confusing. Apparently this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. Wait, it's not a companion piece to any specific entry, but rather a fun bonus. Apparently this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes based on the teacher's name, she must have been in the 3rd grade. She doesn't exactly remember the events spelled out here, but she does remember getting in trouble. I got angry when I met a new girl who I do not like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town, and she hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, your Pop is my dad. She screamed it loud in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing, so I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. And Pop took her away. He told me, don't worry, I'm glad she's gone. Okay. Okay, so many things here. I don't know what we do with this one, but there might be like another child. But we can't like put that anywhere because like there's only the 3 brothers there. I don't know. It's just too much information. It's too confusing. So this was like Wild Bill, whatever. Wasn't it? What? It was something like that. Wild Bill. Oh, we need the movie again, I guess, to figure out who that was.